So far, we've set up Grav and we've seen a few different examples of how to create pages. We've also created blog pages and shown how you can list them on its own page as well. The next thing we're going to do is create the third page type in Grav, which is a modular page. And we're going to do it primarily with the admin plugin. Now here's where the admin plugin comes in really handy because there are certain settings for creating modular pages that are a little difficult to remember, at least initially at first. So the first thing we're going to do is click Pages. And under here, we're going to click Add Modular. Actually, we need to add a page. The page template will be modular. And then we'll continue. And you'll see that a modular page is a bit different than your standard page. A modular page is made up of subfolders and not a single template file, excuse me, a single content file like Markdown. If I go back to my pages here, you'll see that it's empty. I still need to create some content. I'll go ahead and save that. And what I need to add is a modular item. And we'll call this, why don't we start with text. And its page is going to be modular. We'll continue. And we'll just add some sample text here in the editor. And it says you cannot add media files until you save the page. Just click save on the top. I don't have an image to add, so we won't do that. If you have a local image, you can just drop that here and then you'll be able to position it somewhere, either to the left or to the right, it seems. I'm going to save that. And let's see if our modular page is visible yet. Click on that here. You'll see we have some sample text. Let's add another section. And this time we'll choose the showcase. And I'll just type showcase up here. And then continue. And you'll see that the showcase comes with buttons. So when you're creating modular content, you'll typically have custom fields. We saw in the first example, text was just a simple text editor. If I click on Add Item, I'll have text for the button text. So how about 1? URL, example.com. Let's add another. 2. I'll make this one youtube.com. And how about a third one? I'll just put example.com there as well. So when I save it, and I come back to refresh, you'll see that I have this button area now. One thing I'd like to point out is you'll notice in the nav area, we only have links to our actual sections of the page and not the main site as well. That's because the antimatter theme, their modular template is designed to be more of a single page, landing page type template, and not necessarily a standard page. Let's add the third option, which was features. We'll call that features. Continue. We'll add an item. And it says here there's an icon field. I looked into it and they're actually Font Awesome icons. So if you're familiar with Font Awesome and different icon types, you can just type them in there. Web development stuff. We'll add one item for now. I'll just save it. When I refresh the page, you'll notice that I have my icon here along with my text and other features. If you click on the link and you build enough content, you'll notice that nice little animation to each section. Let's check this out in the file system. And you'll notice that modular pages are similar to blog pages in that they can have sub-items. However, there are also naming conventions that are unique to modular. You'll notice that all of our folder names begin with an underscore. And within each of those items, we have a markdown file that also references a template in your theme. So if you noticed here, the entire features section that we have so far, up here at the top, the content is created entirely here in the front matter. That's because our template, modulars, features. So what it's doing, what the twig file is doing, is it's looping through the page header for all the features, and then if there's an icon, it takes the font awesome icon, and if there's a header text, it takes the header text, and then if there's more content, it takes the feature.text. And all of that is referring to features.icon, header, features.header, and features.text. Let's check out the showcase. It works in a similar way. We had 3 buttons created in the admin area. So we have 3 items under the button setting. And you can probably tell why it's an advantage to use the admin plugin over writing all of this stuff in front matter. It could become a, I don't know, tedious task. Finally, we did our text file, which looks a lot similar to our default template. We have our antimatter settings here at the top, and then we can just add some sample text here at the bottom. I'll collapse all of this, and you'll notice that in our template file, it was looking for that image that I didn't download, and also the content. So I decided to pause the video and look for an image so that we can add it to our text section of our feature page, our modular page. So let's go back to that modular item we created, and on the text feature, or module I should say, or text section, I'm just going to click here, go to my downloads, and I just did a quick Google search for web dev stuff. This is not my image, I just found the first one that I liked. And let's save it, and let's check out our page again. Let's see what that looks like in the editor. I'll close this out and then reopen it. You'll see that the file was moved to our text folder, and in the template is where our image is actually referenced. So there's no reference to the image other than the alignment. Let's change that to right just to change it. And check out the template for our page or our module. And now that we have an image, you'll see that it crops it to 400 by 400 and aligns it to whatever we have it set at, which was right. So that's going to be it for now for the modular portion of this tutorial.